Good afternoon, everyone listening from National Taiwan University of Sports. So today I'm going to share my research with you. The topic of my research is neuromuscular recruitment of the dynamic neuromuscular stabilizations. So dynamic neuromuscular stabilization is a new neuromuscular therapy that can make sure that your body is regained to the original body controls. So let's find out how it's going on. So how we walk and how we run is dependent on the range of motions. Because the range of motions of you can refers to the distance and also the directions that the joint can move between the flaccid positions and the extended positions. And this was a critical factor that it can affect the movement dysfunctions and in a different levels. And follow the joint by joint approach, which means that we also especially focus on the lower extremities like the hip joint, the knee joint, and also the ankle joints. And the risks of the sports injuries may be generated by the change of range of motion and also the muscle strength. So the hamstring to quadricep ratio is it has to use the indicators of the knee injury risk. And when the knee joint and also the hip joints are in the balanced state of the fractions or extensions, the anterior and posterior muscles of the thigh are antagonistic to each other. So the core contractions of the anterior and posterior muscles of the thighs, as the antagonistic muscles, can maintain the stability of the joints, almost that there is no significant length change in that way. And this represents the importance of the joint contractions and of the anterior and posterior muscles of the thighs for the knee stabilizations. So that's why the lumbar bile duct is really important for our lower extremity. And maintaining the joint centration is also the essential point for lumbar products. Not only the good balance between the muscles of anterior and posterior, but also it can have to be a good balance between the muscles concentric contractions and eccentric contraction, but also and there is also the extra one called muscle fibers conduction velocity. So the conduction velocity can be interpreted as the nervous conduction velocity. It can also evaluate the muscles on the adjusted way, and it will be increased with age, but it will be decreased with after the mature adulthood. So as we know that the anterior flexor ligament rupture is a really common injuries of our lower extremity, and the wrong landing skills will make the injuries happen. And you can see there is a spider who after doing a gesture and landing with the wrong way and make her knee to the bogus positions, and that's why the injury happens. So it shows that the anterior, posterior, the medial, and the lateral side of the muscles is for the knee stability is not really coordinated. So let's back to the dynamic neuromuscular stabilization. It is also based on the developmental kinesiology, and it guides our body to stimulate the gradual development of the various motor abilities during the infant development. And the principles of the DNS is joint segmental centralizations, respirations, core stabilizations, the quality of sports, and the body movement awareness. So in our study, we are investigating the neuromuscular recruitment of the intervention of neuromuscular stabilizations with a high density surface EMG. So our study design, we having 16 volunteers who is age 20 to 30 years old and without any inhibitions exercise training, and they must be without any cardiovascular disease, any surgery of their lower extremity, and also without any injuries in the past 3 months. So the will be collected the vatus medialis apical, vatus lateralis apical, semimembranosus, and biceps femoris. And also, we use the 32 electrode to do the signal collections, and the permutations of the electrode of the BMO is 8 multiplied to 4, and the one of BLO, SM, and BF will be 16 multiplied to 2. And the interactive of the distance is before BMO is 10 millimeters, and the distance of BLO, SM, and BF is 20 millimeters. So the signals will be collected through the OT bio-DAC systems, and also collect for the data analysis will be for the conduction velocity, and the signal will be collected through performing the plank on mat and also plank on sling. Okay, this is the upper one will be the plank on mat for gesture, and the lower one will be the plank on sling. And each participant has to be performance for 30 seconds for 3 sets, and 30 seconds for 3 sets, and we're having 30 seconds break for each set. And also we're having a short break about 5 minutes after before the interventions. And the protocol of the DNS will include the supine, sideline, and also sideline with the forearm support, sideline with the hand support, and the sideline to the transitions for the quadriceps and the tripod, high kneeling reverse, and high kneeling for about 10 times. And the statistics analysis will be run using the ECSS 26. And we will test the difference between the prior test and also the post test after interventions, and the correlations of the conduction velocity between the muscles will be used with the Pearson correlations. So let's find out the result here. So there is no significant difference of the conduction velocity between the prior test and also the post test during performing on a plank of mat. But there's a significant difference of the biceps femoris during the prior test to the post test during performing on the plank on sling. So the conduction velocity of biceps femoris during the post test was faster than the prior one. And also there's a significant correlations on the plank on mat is between the BLO and SM, and also between the BMO to bicep. And there is also another significant correlations of the plank on sling between BMO and BLO, and between BLO and SM. So for the result that I mentioned above, that we learned that there is some correlation between the BMO, SM, and biceps femoris during performing on mat, but during performing the plank on sling, we were having another correlation between BMO, BLO, and semimembranosus. So we were going to discuss this part. So the conduction velocity of the anterior and posterior muscles of the thigh, we having a correlation that during playing on the sling. So on the mat, we will see that the vatus medialis apical are having a significant and positive correlations with semimembranosus and biceps femoris during performing playing on mat. But on the other hand, the vatus lateralis apical show the significant and also the positive correlations with semimembranosus and vatus medialis apical during performing plank on sling. Okay, so it will be like a little bit difference. Their anterior and posterior side will be having a lot of some correlation between them. And the previous studies showed that the individual with the medial ligament or ligament rupture that shows that they're having a low beta medial activation level. And also the strength of the individual who having a PSPS will be really weak. And the balance between the anterior and posterior muscles of the thigh are related to the ACL rupture injury. So dynamic neuromuscular stabilization having a wide applications. And in terms of the combining specific training to activate and also integrate the power exercise for trunk and also the limb. For example, the DNS can also activate the muscles to prevent the lower extremity fatigue and injury for soccer players. And also, it can also improve the strength of shoulder local muscles and mobility for throwing for the baseball pitchers. And also, it can also improve the promote the trunk and stability for rowers. So based on let's make a conclusion. So the conduction velocity of the ratios can be changed after the DNS training. And anterior, posterior, medial, and lateral muscles are related to each other, and having a coordination of the muscle contraction can make the joint segmental centralizations. So thanks for your attention and thanks for having me.
Thank you very much, Yulin, for the nice presentation. Are there any questions? Maybe we have time for one or two quick questions now.
Did you make a control group to compare the effect of DNS?
No, I didn't use the control group, but there's only like before intervention and also after intervention. We just compare with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that your DNS exercise is much more whole body exercise than side muscle specific. How do you explain the result?
Actually, for intervention, I'm focused on one side for each other, but not really like having a whole body measurement. But yeah, this kind of therapy, this training was based on the respirations, which means that you need your body you need your trunk is on the stable way. But yeah, it does maybe having another effect on maybe the trunk or maybe the upper limbs, but not only the lower limbs. Yeah.
One last question, maybe. Thank you very much again, Yulin, for your nice presentation.